Hola, everybody. This is my first YouTube video, and I am starting this channel because I am retiring and I want to know how people retire. After years of, showing up at the same corporation, day after day, year after year, and then it turns into a lot of years. Um, and you build your whole life around your work and creating your life. And lucky for me, I had a great company that I joined 29 years ago, and it's afforded me to build a great life for myself and raise a child by myself and buy and sell a home and drive new cars, which, I didn't go to college. I just have a long story. Anyway, um, so during the pandemic, I didn't go to work. And halfway through the pandemic, my position got eliminated. And I thought, well, oh, that's okay. I'm just going to retire. And what happened in May of 2021 was my son, who lived in Utah with my granddaughter and wife, moved to Connecticut. In May, I sold my home of 28 years. And I had a plan. So I wasn't going to buy in where I was living. I was just going to bank the money and I was going to get on the road, and had a plan. Well, that plan fell through, and everything happens for a reason, so I'm okay with that. I ended up going back to work, and what happened was, after I sold my house, I needed a place to live because I hadn't bought a place. So I bought a place real quick, and which was in the same city where my job was, and I went back to work. And in hindsight, I can see how May of 2021 was kind of pivotal. Anyway, May of 2021, so much happened. My position officially closed at work. My son moved. I sold my home and I bought a new one. And that was in May. And by the time July came around, and it's the middle of summer, and we're still in a pandemic, and my job, my corporation that I worked for, was slowly starting to open. And I was having way too much time in my head. So I ended up going back to work for that corporation, and I made a 1-year commitment when I did that. So it's been almost a year now. June is a year. So I kind of felt like, well, retirement for me was a failure. I wasn't able to do it. I couldn't figure it out. And I look at the circumstances, now in hindsight, and I see, well, it really wasn't probably the best time to try to do that. So I went back to work. The year's almost up, and I am going to be, when I leave my job, I'm going to lock up my house, and I have somebody that's going to watch it, and somebody who's going to water my plants, and I'm getting on the road, and I'm driving to Connecticut. Now, of course, flying to Connecticut would be a lot faster, it'd be easier, but I want to drive across country while I still can, and I can do that. I have always had a gypsy soul. I've always been a wanderer and a traveler, and then I got sober and had to get responsible and, raise a child by myself and, just do the stuff that normal people do. So anyway, that was many years ago. And so now I'm going to be getting on the road, and I'm going to be sharing my journey and my emotions along the way. And, how do I figure out, from having my whole identity somewhat wrapped up in my job, the routine of the job. I could do it almost with my eyes closed. The whole routine from getting up to going to bed at night. The whole thing is just kind of repeated day after day after day after day. And it'd be easy for me to stay because I know how to do that. What's not going to be so easy is to walk out and get in my car and just go. But it's probably going to be easier than I think it's going to be. I keep telling myself that because I have a little bit of fear about venturing out by myself. I'm going to do this in the most effective, safe, because I'm a single woman, I need to do it in a really safe manner. And I'm going to be staying at night in very safe places. So anyway, this is my first video. If you're interested in joining me and going along for the ride, thank you very much. Subscribe and do whatever else you do. I do it all the time. I subscribe and like. And if you want to share, that would be great. I'm interested in getting followers. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting and it's going to be fun. I just have this little tinge of fear, which I think is normal. I'm sitting in front of my iPad. I don't know if if I should get one of those professional things, that have the lights and it holds my phone. I don't know. I'm just doing what I know how to do right now. Okay, thank you for listening. Help me to get some followers, and I'll be talking about life and emotions and spirituality and love and joy and fear along the way. Thank you. Bye.